Hello everyone, I'm Nur Fitrianti. I'm gonna review my novel that I choose, The Upside of Falling by Alex Life. The story starts with Becca leading the story of her. She describes herself as a nerd who loves novels so much, for especially romance novel, but doesn't really believe in the existence of real love. The other main character is Brad, who at the first story was introduced as Becca's fake boyfriend. He described himself as an obsessed football player who gave his time to train football in order to make his dad proud of him. From his perception, making his dad proud of him is his responsibility. That's why he agreed to make this fake relationship because his dad wanted to see him with a girlfriend. The author set the story at the high school where the two characters, Brad and Becca, met, having conversation, and the conversation between both of them happen while they are having activities together. The high school really builds their character, as we know that so much variety activities could happen in school. In this case, Brett is described as a football school player and Becca is just a nerd and a social girl. They meet through class together and something happens until they finally end up in a fake relationship. Even though this novel set as the teenage school romance, the author also included the background life as the two characters living their life outside the school. The main conflict mostly happen in their houses and build their own character. Becca with her trauma of her parents' divorce and doesn't really believe love exists, and Brad always tried to make his parents, especially his father, proud of him, but end up with finding his father's affair. The protagonist was both the main character, Brad and Becca. They at first start a fake relationship and end up falling in love to each other. They wanted to keep their relationship work as their feeling grew stronger. But Becca was caught up in her trauma of her parents' divorce. She always believed that real love couldn't be real and people tend to change their mind in the moment. Meanwhile, Brad, who at first madly in love with Becca, turned his words after he found that his dad has an affair with another woman and said that he needed to calm himself of the mess. In this case, I would say that I identify the antagonist is their own trauma, as their own trauma prevent them to keep their relationship works. The exposition story starts with Becca leading the story. From her point of view, she describes herself as a nerd who is addicted to novels so much, but doesn't really believe in the existence of real love as their parents divorce. After her English class, her old friend Jenny pissed her off by saying that she can talk much about love as she has never gotten herself in a relationship. But all of a sudden, somebody came up and claimed that he is her boyfriend. Brad Walls, that Becca never thought of ever talk to or dating him, came to her and helped her mocking Jenny by admitting that he is her boyfriend. After Jenny walked out embarrassed, he decided to keep this fake relationship to make his dad proud and Becca agreed. Then the rising action happened when they don't realize that they started catching feelings to each other, but Becca managed to keep their feeling for herself because she haunted by her trauma of her parents' divorce. Meanwhile, Brett seemed to not realizing his feeling for Becca, but showing that he is attracted to her. And came another shocking occurrence when Becca and Brett were having a date and Brett found out that her dad, he was expected to be in Ohio for a business trip, was not there. He found his dad has an affair with another woman. He was shocked at the moment, but doesn't know what to do at the moment. Instead, he ran away with Becca accompanied him. For days, he confused what to do with his dad and back and forth as to Becca's suggestion. But he seemed like he can find the right time to talk to her mom about the affair of his dad. Then he had to attend the opening ceremony of his dad's business. Brad invited Becca to come and said that he needed a friend at this time. Becca dressed beautifully in a dress, and finally Brad confessed his feeling to Becca, even though Becca seemed to doesn't believe him, but she didn't refuse. Unexpectedly, his dad's mistress also came to the ceremony, and it pissed Brad off as he held his anger for so long. He punched his father, and the party turned to a total mess. Brad dragged his mom out of the party, while Jenny took Becca home. The climax really builds the story. While Becca was meant to help Brad out from this situation, but Brad still seemed shocked from the whole situation. He confused and he didn't want to hurt Becca, and then decided to break up from Becca. Becca was shocked of his decisions. Becca was so angry and shocked that she wanted to drown all of her favorite novels that she used to love. But then Jenny came to her to calm her anger down. The following actions started to rise when Becca finally accepted Brad's decision that he might only wanted some space, and Brad also starts to realize that his decision was also a mistake. He started to search for Becca everywhere, and finally Becca came to reach him to make him better after the chaos. And Brad apologized. The resolution finally happened from the two characters. Brad finally talks to her mom what to do next and what she wants, and if his father regrets his mistake, so it's okay to forgive him, as long as that's what makes her happy. He finally accepts his dad back. Meanwhile, Becca decided to go to her dad's house and met her dad. She didn't need the answer of the question that she keeps telling to herself these days. She let go of them and decided to forgive her dad for leaving her and her mom. Then she ran to Brad's house with brighter future imagination of her and Brad. The plot structure chronological as the story always keeps moving to the present. The turning point in my opinion, is when Becca and Brad finally decided to get back together, because in this time they tend to be more calm and accept the situation. Then we can conclude that the theme of this novel is basically a teenage romance, as they develop their feeling to each other and learn each other's point of view and background life. To conclude, for me personally, this book is fun to read. I love how the story makes us understand that sometimes it's only a matter of time for us to conquer our trauma, and how important support system is. I could say that this novel can be classified to gender studies issues, as the most romance novel is. This novel classified the character as feminine and masculine through their personalities. The story is fun to read and easily relate, as the conflict is something happen around us. Alex Light explained the story clearly with beautiful word representation, yet still easy to understand as she described each plot explicitly. That's all I can say. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.